Hello, my name is Alexander Martinez, and today I would like to talk to you about cybercrime or internet crimes, depending on what you prefer. The reason why I want to bring this to your attention is because internet crimes are constantly changing. Cybercrime is an ever-evolving thing, and the reason for that is because with the advancement in technology and the different changes to technology that happen on a regular basis, just like how technology changes, the ways that cyber crimes are perpetuated change as well. So I think it's important for all of us to remember that we all use technology and we all use the internet to do several different things throughout the day, whether it's looking at our smartphone, social media, entertainment, or even conducting business such as online banking or even higher education, like with online courses such as the one that we're in now. We use the internet and technology for any and everything. So the reason why cyber crimes and stuff like that are constantly changing and being perpetuated more and more is because of our dependency on the internet. So have you ever encountered a situation where a pop-up or something like that came up on your monitor on your personal computer? When this happened, were there any defense mechanisms that came about through your computer, such as malware protection or antiviruses or anything like that? Did you lose any information over this? Did anything happen to your personal information or your banking information over this? It's, like I said before, it's a ever-changing thing. Cyber crimes are always changing due to the advancements in technology. And organizations have begun heavily investing in systems to ensure that this information, your information, is protected from or from being interfered with, either manually or electronically. So, to continue on, one of the reasons for cyber crimes would be terrorism. Terrorism is one of the emerging issues that cybercrime is currently facing. And to go into a little more depth when it comes to terrorism and cyber crimes is that with terrorism, cyber crimes can be used to hack information from the DoD, which is one of the things that is in place to protect the citizens of this country. An example of cyber crimes being used for terrorism would be to steal information in regards to nuclear capabilities, nuclear systems, or ballistic missiles, and then using those ballistic missiles and nuclear capabilities to attack American cities. So this is a factor that the DoD must ensure that all control systems for any computerized systems are continually upgraded and customized to use the lawsuit firewalls that would prevent any form of cyber attack for any form of attack. So another reason for cyber crimes would be economic sabotage. So by exposing an organization's information to the public without prior consent has adverse implications that cost the organization a lot, especially on the financial implications. An example of this would be the situation that happened to eBay in 2019 between February and March. Their information, the information of their customers, was hacked and stolen from via people who commit cyber crimes. And because of this, a lot of financial and personal information was divulged over the internet. And this ruined, of course, the goodwill of eBay because they thought that they had implications in place to protect their customers from this kind of stuff. But of course, as we can see, that didn't happen. So it will take them a long time to rebuild that will back up. So cybercrime also encourages the freedom of information. So the reason why some people commit cyber crimes is to just receive information, not necessarily financial information, but your own personal information and private information that you may or may not have wanted to be shared to other people. And reasons for this is because the release of the information ensures that the public has access to the information that would have otherwise been concealed from the public. Like I said, this is private information that has now been released to the public and made public information that somebody or some people may have not wanted to be divulged to the public. So For example, the provision of information regarding an organization that has been reporting financial statements that do not reflect the true status of the organization is beneficial to the public, although the information has not been produced using formal methods of obtaining the information. So this means, hacking into different places and just going through back channel routes to find the information that you wanted to protect for yourself, as an example. So by practicing the cracking practice, individuals can ensure that they expose corrupt organizations that do not provide the correct state of organization. So this is one of the ways that you can protect yourself in that kind of regard. So one of the good things that actually does come out of cyber crimes is that it has created various job opportunities via the information technology or IT field. Some of you watching this may be in the IT field and may be working because of situations like this and incidences like this that I've already discussed, because people are working to make sure that this type of stuff doesn't happen. Because cyber crimes are constantly changing and because cyber crimes are being done through various different channels and stuff like that, the skill set is constantly evolving. It's rare that anybody would label IT skills as redundant skills because of the nature of cyber crimes and how they're committed. Because of the ever ongoing changing of cyber crimes, it is expected that the IT field will only continue to grow, and there will always be jobs within the IT field because of this. So, some of the strategies for protecting systems from cybercrime is: first, ensure that physical controls that protect any form of access from the information control chambers are adequately protected from any form of access that will provide access to duplication of the information. Second, for remote electronic access to the information, ensure that adequate firewalls are developed to protect any form of remote access to the information. The inclusion of antivirus systems, which I spoke about earlier, is also another mechanism of ensuring that information is protected from being retrieved from a computer system. So, managing a computer system is ideal in ensuring that it can automatically detect any form of hacking or cracking trials by any perpetrator. And lastly, the continuous upgrade of the information system is an important aspect of ensuring that cyber activity is protected from ever happening to an organization. So what that basically means is that you want to make sure that all the defense mechanisms that are on your devices, whether it be a tablet or a smartphone or your home computer, make sure that all those defense mechanisms are up to date and the newest form, because last year's stuff may not work for this year. Like I said, this stuff is constantly changing. They're finding new and different ways to take advantage of people via online and the cyber crimes, especially in today's situation with this COVID virus, where a lot of people are spending a lot of time at home and a lot of people are trying to find unemployment benefits because they're not working. And because of this current situation, the amount of fraud that is trying to be conducted through unemployment benefits has greatly risen. So this is why this type of stuff is important. So some of the legal provisions for curbing cybercrime are: several legal redresses have been established to ensure that perpetrators of cybercrime are prosecuted for the crimes that they commit. The Federal Computer Fraud and Abuse Act was established to be the guideline that ensures a legal framework for prosecuting both criminal and civil crimes that are caught perpetuating the activities. Cybercrime has both criminal and civil liabilities to the perpetrators. With a legal framework that would address these crimes, it would be difficult to put them into any form of prosecution. So because of the new laws and, like I mentioned earlier, the Federal Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, it is creating forms of prosecution, coming up with ways to prosecute these people for committing these crimes, if that makes any sense. So in conclusion, cybercrime is a practice that has continually evolved due to the dynamics of technology. Various reasons continue to be the reasons that perpetuate cybercrime. Freedom of information by the investigative agencies are among reasons for cybercrimes, and economic efforts of cybercrime are adverse, with eBay being an example, and many other different examples for cybercrime. And I'm sure that you can think of some, but in all, this is the reason why you should do everything that you can to make sure that you are protected online, because this could happen to you. Thank you, and that concludes this essay.